Hi everyone, my name is Ali and I'm a first year computer science student. Welcome to week 2. We are doing Python programming here and these are still pure basics. So we will cover a couple of exercises we did for week 2. Mostly this is about learning what input does and how to get input from a user. So I will just quickly go over 2 very good basic exercises that will test your knowledge in input. So let's say we want to write a program that will ask a user to give us their name, their address, house number, road name, town, and then as a reward for being so kind and giving us that information, we will give them back a piece of text that will possibly greet them and return this information in form of a text saying this and that person lives in this and that place in this town. So we will start writing our code. Let's move. So first we want to ask the user to give us their family name, for example, and that will be done by asking them this very nice question. What they give us in return, we want to store as a value. So what they reply to this, we want to store as a variable called surname. If we run this, we will see in the output that we get asked, what is your family name, which is obviously Smith, and nothing happens, but we know that the program works. We'll continue with doing the same thing, but this time I'm asking for the house number. And then we'll ask for the name of the road where they live. And lastly, the town. So this should give us all 4 questions, and Python will actually store all the answers under these variables that we have defined here. As we can see, everything works so far. When we run this code, nothing obviously happens after giving the answers, but we know that our input part is working correctly. So now we want to reward these kind people for giving us their information with a nice text that will say something like, hello Mr. and Mrs. and then surname. So if we look at the same output now, the first part is working. Hello Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's just lovely. And then we'll do the same thing for house number and the road name. So we'll do this, we'll create some space so it looks a little bit more neat, and then add the road name. And lastly, we can put town, and just so our variable town doesn't feel lonely here, we'll put some text like, you live in this town. That should be it. Let's check how our program runs. What is your family name? It is Jackson, and the house number is 24. The name of the road is Green Road, and the town is Townsville. It's fine. And we get an error. That's great. Let's see where did we make our error. So we have line 7. Okay. Print module. I believe this is extra. Let's just make sure that we have. Okay. Repeat. This is good. Whenever you make an error, especially if you're doing it whilst you actually make your video, I get to revise and you get to learn. Lovely. It's a win-win. Brilliant. So the family name is Smith. The house number is 23. Green Road. Yeah, sure, why not? And the town is extra town. And there we go. This time it actually works as it was supposed to. We have our greeting here. This is our road name and the number, and you live in extra town, and that's really extra. Brilliant. Let's move on to our second exercise, because we are still keeping it quite simple and just practicing our input to write a very simple program that will input the user for their age. Once the user gives their age, the text will come as a reward for their kindness, saying that your current age is such and such. And then the second line will print the age before your last birthday was such and such. So obviously we need a very sophisticated code in order to achieve this. Let's go and make a new file. What did we want? We wanted to ask the user, what is your age? Simple, right? We will store this in our variable called age. Once the user replies, what is your age? It's 23. I'm not 23, but okay. We want to print that current age is, and then we will add age. Remember, we are converting this into a string because if we didn't do this, our print statement wouldn't print. So this has to be a string. Why is it not a string in the first place? Because obviously the user is going to reply to this input by typing in a number, which Python recognizes as integer, as a number. So just to make sure we're on the right track, current age is 55. Lovely. And then we'll make our second statement, age before last birthday was, and then again we want to convert this to string, age, and then -1, because that will be the math required to get this answer. So if my age is 33, another error. Where did we make a mistake? In line 4. Let's see. Age before last birthday was, this is fine. This is our age. Why do we have an error? I don't know, but together we will figure it out. Okay, I think I figured it out, because initially this wasn't recognized as a integer. What is your age? 23. There we go. It works now. Lovely. So the error that I made, I forgot to convert immediately the answer that the user gives into a full number. Now we have completed our program and it runs as we intended to. It asks the user of their age. So if it's 56, we get our answer that the current age is such and such, and the age before the last birthday was, well, 1 year less than the number entered. Lovely. That was all for today, and we will continue to some more complicated exercises from our week 2 in our next video.